your Iowa City New Horizons Band, one of the many programs presented by our most valued host and sponsor, the Iowa City Senior Center. Our band's program is dedicated to providing a musical experience for musicians of all aptitudes and experience levels who are 50 and older, give or take. In doing what we do, we are richly blessed by and deeply grateful for our connection to the University of Iowa School of Music, which supports us in many ways, including by arranging leadership for the band each semester. Our leader this year is Courtney Rich, who is pursuing her DMA in wind conducting at the University of Iowa. To open this concert, our conductor has chosen a stirring and, by our standards, pretty darn challenging piece called Kirkpatrick Fanfare, which we've enjoyed getting to know. It was commissioned by Central Missouri State University for the dedication of the James C. Kirkpatrick Library in 1999. Kirkpatrick, a graduate of CMSU, had been Missouri's Secretary of State for 20 years, and he was described to composer Andrew Boyson Jr. as very proud of his Irish heritage, and also famously Irish in his humor and in his attire. And with that as his muse, Boyson's dramatic piece with driving rhythms, exciting brass figures, has a definite Irish flavor, including a strain of the quintessential tune Londonderry Air, most widely recognized with the words Danny Boy. To conduct us in this stirring concert opener, please welcome to the podium University of Iowa doctoral student and our Iowa City New Horizons band director, Maestro Courtney Rich. Brian Balmages is best known for composing educational music for wind instruments. In describing this next piece, Balmages says it was inspired by his very creative and imaginative sons, his very creative and imaginative nieces, and a simple set of watercolors. When children get hold of these and use their imagination, he says, the most amazing things can happen. Children see things that adults never see. They open our minds, even as we help them grow and learn. With a little imagination, these watercolors can become a magnificent sunrise or sunset over the ocean, a gorgeous view from a mountaintop, or an image of a supernova in space, and the smallest drop can change the pattern and create something entirely new. My hope, Balmages concludes, is that my sons and my nieces grow up with an infinite palette of watercolors, and that every drop creates a new, fantastic world. Our hope is that our performance of Brian Balmages' piece for you now brings a new, beautiful color to you and your work. 2 years after college, I was an elementary and junior high band director. I then made the decision to go to seminary, became a Lutheran pastor, served as such for 40 years. When I told my pastor back in 1979 that I was thinking of this new journey, he was very supportive. He offered also the observation, there's nothing like a junior high band rehearsal to make you hear God talking. I tell you that by way of introducing Douglas Akey, the composer of our next piece, who was a junior high band director in Arizona for 42 years before retiring in 1921. He also, over those years, became recognized as an accomplished composer of school band music. We all have our own worldviews, and I am not here to sell you mine. But I do want to tell you that in mine, touching and growing and enriching young lives with music is holy ground. Akey's piece, which we're going to play now, is called Peregrine, with the subtitle A Traveler's Tale. It's a programmatic work designed to describe the feelings of travelers on journeys searching for a new land and new lives. Such journeys, of course, oft include moments of discovery, trepidation, and joy, which are a few of the emotions Akey intends to describe in this piece. Tommaso Albinoni was a prolific Baroque-era composer whose works, nevertheless, anymore these days are performed relatively rarely. In his day, however, he was much admired, with one of his greatest admirers being J.S. Bach, who used examples of Albinoni's music in his teaching, also used some themes written by Albinoni as the basis for some of his own pieces. The beautiful piece we will play next, Elegy for Albinoni, is written by Shelley Hansen in memory and in honor of this musical master. After an opening theme which sets the ultra-romantic tone of the piece, the second theme is based on rhythmically and harmonically altered versions of a few measures of one of Albinoni's violin sonatas. These two themes are then used in alternation, in fragments, or simultaneously throughout the piece. This piece was selected for us, rehearsed with us, and now conducted by Ella Boson, one of our 2 University of Iowa student conductors this semester. Please welcome her to the podium. Though most well known for his operas and tone poems, Richard Strauss also wrote 8 marches, including this next piece, Königsmarch, or King's March. Composed in 1906, it has a dedication that reads, "To His Majesty the Kaiser, King Wilhelm II, in profound respect and honor given by the composer." The march opens with a grand fanfare and opening theme which embody the rich scoring and harmonic power of the Romantic period. The lyrical trio which follows features the woodwinds and horns until restatement of the opening theme. The instrumentation then changes to brass only for the somewhat unusual insertion of a hymn passage into the march, with the full ensemble then bringing the piece to a conclusion with a strong and noble presentation of the opening fanfare. This piece was selected for us, rehearsed with us, and now conducted by the second of our University of Iowa student conductors this semester, Tony Wang. Please welcome him to the podium. Before our final piece, please join us in thanking our director, Courtney Rich. Courtney is a passionate and gifted conductor and teacher who seems to know so much about the nuances of every instrument in the band, who also hears everything. That's how that often goes. Who calls from us our very best and then gives all that she can to help us attain as close to that as we can. She has grown us, and for that we are grateful. We also, I should say, some of us more than others are a little bit afraid of her. But we all love her, and we love playing under her deft leadership. Please join us also in thanking our student assistant directors, Ella Boson and Tony Wang. In my mind, the relationship between the New Horizons band members and our student conductors has to be just about the definition of a win-win. With our student conductors bringing their own personalities, which we love getting to know, and then we have the joy of watching them literally week by week grow in confidence and technique and musicianship in ways that, no offense to teachers, but classrooms and labs can't offer this, only experience can. We're most grateful to Ella and Tony and Courtney. We are so glad all of them will be back again next semester. We also want to thank our sponsors and partners at the University of Iowa School of Music, West Music, and the Iowa City Senior Center, including Senior Center Program Specialist Michelle Buhlman. Michelle, are you here somewhere? Please come up. Michelle, having started work at the age of 7, is retiring at the end of the year. Semi-retirement, but she's got some other things going on. Michelle has been a wonderful partner to the band. Keeping track of all the things that go on are surely not easy job, and you've done it with good grace and good skill. I was not here during COVID. I understand you were extremely helpful in finding places for the band, safe places for the band to practice and play during COVID. So we are most grateful to you, Michelle, and blessings on your new stage future. You can hear parts of this concert again, as well as a couple of additional seasonal pieces when we, in conjunction with the Iowa City Community Band, perform at the Engler Theater on the Sunday afternoon before Christmas. For our last piece today, I want to be clear that I am nobody's expert in Latin. One of our band members who has more going on there than I do said she would literally translate our next piece's title, Novo Lenio, as a melodious new thing, so that it would probably more commonly be translated as a new and better beginning or a new and better change. It's a 3-movement, though continuous piece, meaning there's no break between the movements, and it is inspired by the demolition and then later reconstruction of Upper St. Clair High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which the composer Samuel Hazo attended and where he later returned to teach. The 3 movements of the continuous piece are intended to musically represent that entire process. The first movement, Remembrance, depicts the old school. It's a somber tone, perhaps invoking a sense of nostalgia and loss. The second movement, Key Non-Profit Deficit, which means something like the one who does not advance loses ground, represents the construction phase. It's more dissonant, with the trumpet section contributing percussive interpretations of the noisy din of construction. Well, we do that a lot. This time it's on purpose, this whole noisy din thing. The third and final movement, A New Beginning, is intended to symbolize the new school and the hope associated with it. To bring this concert to a close with this moving and stirring piece, please welcome back to the podium University of Iowa doctoral student and our esteemed conductor, Courtney Rich.
Thank you.